Good morning, everyone. We are in first session of today's Belaku series, and we have with us Dr. V. Prabhu Dev, who has done his MCom PhD from Bangalore University and also completed MBA and LLB. The positions occupied by him are Professor and HOD of Commerce and Management, Shahadripuram College, Academic Dean, College of Business and Economics, Northeast Africa, Principal and Director, CMR Institute of Management Studies, Bengaluru, Director, Surana College Center for Postgraduation Studies, Bengaluru, Senior Professor of Finance, Institute of Management, Christ University, Director, Campus Presidency College, Bengaluru, and he also worked as President, General Secretary, Chairman, Trustee, and member in various organizations. He taught commerce and management courses both at UG and PG for an aggregate period of 43 years. He has successfully guided PhD and MPhil scholars of Bangalore University and other universities. He published many books like Liquidity of Corporate Securities, Company Law and Secretarial Practice, Cost Accounting, Corporate Governance, Corporate Administration, Corporate Environment, Cost Management, and Corporate Structure and Administration. He was a resource person at UGC-sponsored refresher program for college teachers at Bangalore University for 5 times and Marathwada University. And today, we have with us a great personality, Dr. V. Prabhu Dev sir, who is going to speak on development of leadership traits. I welcome Dr. V. Prabhu Dev sir to the session on behalf of VVNPU College, a unit of VVN Trust. Now, I request Dr. Prabhu Dev sir to take over the session.
Good morning, all of you. Normally, I interact with students of post-graduation program and sometimes students of undergraduate program. But it is a very unique opportunity for me to interact with first PUC students, young minds. I love to interact with the young minds. And my dear student friends, you are embarking on a very important academic journey, which is going to take you in a different trajectory from now. I'm sure you are going to witness many milestones in your upcoming academic journey. And this is the time where you have to shape yourself up, you have to fine-tune yourself, develop perspectives, which greatly is going to help you in your academic journey. And this program is a really good program in this direction. I'm going to interact with you on developing leadership traits. What a beautiful topic. How many of you have seen birds flying in the sky in the form of V shape? I think all of us we have seen. Perhaps there is nobody who has missed this beautiful scene. Birds flying in the sky in the shape, V shape. What do you see there? One bird will be in the forefront, in the point, the V-shaped point. If one bird will be flying, that bird is the leader, and all other birds in that V shape, they are the followers. What does it indicate? Scientifically, it is proven that the birds which are following in that V-shaped form, they are exerting less pressure in their journey, because the leader bird in the front is going to break the wind resistance, and it is going to enable, it is going to facilitate easy flying for the remaining follower birds. But the follower birds are watching the leader bird, and they are turning and twisting as and when the leader bird does it. So the followers are following the leader, and the leader bird is leading. But believe me, these birds will migrate. They take a long journey, thousands of miles. Will the leader bird in the front fly continuously leading? It takes enormous energy. It takes a lot of energy. So the leader bird may get tired. So what the leader bird does? It comes back. Then another bird Among the follower bird will take the position of the leader bird, and the journey continues. Then the leader bird, which is following, which is leading now, will come back. Another bird will take its place. The journey is continuous, and this only shows that every one of us should be prepared to lead. Opportunity comes, so preparing to lead is a very important attribute. You have an opportunity, but you have to seize the opportunity. You have to use the opportunity. And in this example, every bird has got opportunity and responsibility. What a beautiful concept. I like this observation. I love watching the birds flying together. There is a lot of leadership lesson for us to pick from this. Make a list of persons whom you think are leaders in your observation. Maybe you have got your own perception. You might have come across people in your day-to-day life. You might have come across people among your maybe teachers, among your family circle, or people in the society. Make a list. And also make a list of the attributes. You conjure up images of all these people, make a list of attributes of all these people. Definitely a common thread will pass through all these leaders. They have common attributes. They are motivational, they are inspirational, they have ability to lead, and they have grit, imagination, speed, they leave behind a legacy. So there are common attributes. Today we will dwell upon all these attributes. The first point I would like to discuss with you is listen. What a beautiful thing, listen. Are we listeners? Yeah, we want to speak, but when it comes to listening, we may not be great listeners. We may not be good listeners. Even, why is that? Because we love to speak. Believe me, all great speakers are basically good listeners. And great leaders are great listeners also. I recall one Turkish word which says, you hear 100 times, you ponder 1,000 times, and speak once. What does it mean? It means that you listen a lot, ponder over, but when you speak, you should be very, very measured. This is a very beautiful problem. I have seen, and perhaps it is your experience also, when we converse with some people, undergo a very beautiful experience, because a conversation will go on and on and on. It will be a very sustained conversation. Why? Because there are both listeners and speakers. On the contrary, if both of them are speakers, you cannot expect a sustained and long, meaningful conversation. In our day-to-day life, in our career, in our profession, it is very important for us to have a meaningful conversation which will take us to logical end. Therefore, it is very, very important for us to listen, to speak. We all know very well that a child takes approximately 2 years to learn to speak, right? But it takes probably the whole lifetime to learn what not to speak. Therefore, my dear friends, speaking is very important, and effective speaking, proper speaking, speaking appropriately, speaking in a measured way happens only when we are all good listeners. I recall November 2000. Let us go back to 2008, 12 years ago. November. Now, entire America is gripped with the presidential election. People are waiting with the bated breath for the election outcome, presidential election outcome. But November 2008, that point in time when President Barack Obama, in his acceptance speech, he gave an acceptance speech. But you know, how did he conclude? What a beautiful thing. He said, I will listen to you, especially when you disagree. I'm ready to listen to you, especially when you disagree. What a beautiful statement. So the leader, the US president says, I am ready to listen to you, even when you disagree with me. What a beautiful, you know, it is not a very, very ordinary thing. You know, when a leader says, I am ready to listen to you, in my opinion, it is a very, very great attribute. We have seen great leaders, they listen. We have seen many great achievers, they always listen. I would like to recall here Jack Welch. Jack Welch, who headed General Electricals, he was known for his innovative ideas. What Jack Welch did, his team, he had a lot of confidence in his team. The people whom he hired, he took very, very, he was very careful when he handpicked people, you know. But the team, what he had, he would always like to listen to them, because he believed that great ideas may come from his team. How many people will do it? And he made it a point. He made it a point to listen to his team. What a great idea. And not just that, ability to develop sensitivities, acute sensitivities to listen to people is very, very important. Friends, I would like to share a story with you, a Zen story. I like this story. Those days, in olden days, Gurukula system was there in India, and similarly elsewhere. The guru, the teacher, had a few disciples. Like today's mass education, in olden days, the guru had few disciples for rigorous learning and coaching. So it was difficult for a person to get admission in a Gurukula system. The king of the land decides to put his son under the tutelage of the guru. He approaches guru, he requests, sir, please accept my son as your student. The king himself has come personally and is requesting. The teacher, the guru, says, fine, I am prepared to teach your son, leave him here and go. The king, largely satisfied, he goes back to his capital, and the boy, young boy, will be observing things. 1 week passes by, the guru is not teaching anything at all. The guru is not even looking at this boy. And the boy is surprised. I am the son of the king, but the guru is not teaching him anything, and he is not even looking at me. After a few days, the guru calls this boy and he tells, I will give an examination to you. The boy says, sir, you have not taught me anything so far. How I can take up an examination? But though the boy wanted to ask this, can anybody defy guru? The boy listens to the guru intensely. The guru says, the examination is You have to go to forest, spend a day, and come back. My God, what an examination! It is very tough. Going to forest, young boy, going to forest. The very thought of possible encounter with wild animals in the forest is enough for any young boy of that age to be taken aback. After all, he is son of a king. He goes to forest and he comes back. And Guru asks, what is your experience in the forest? The young boy matter-of-factly says, sir, I heard the lion roaring. Sir, I heard the elephant trumpeting. Guru says, is it? Sorry. Now you have to go back to forest. The boy is confused. So what is this? After all, I am narrating my experience matter-of-factly with the Guru, and the Guru appears to be not satisfied. The Guru says, this time you go to forest for 1 week. The boy, confused, but he can't defy Guru's order, so he goes to forest. And this time he stays there for 1 week and comes back. And Guru, the teacher, asks the student, what is your experience this time? And the boy says with a lot of energy, sir, I heard the birds chirping, I heard the river flowing, and so on and on and on. The Guru says, is it? I'm sorry. You go back to forest. This time you stay in the forest for 15 days. The boy is thoroughly disappointed, frustrated, confused, but he thinks there must be something for the teacher to tell me to go back to forest, and this time 15 days. The boy goes back to forest, he stays for 15 days and comes back, and this time the teacher, Guru, asks him, what is your experience? You know what is the answer? The boy tells the teacher, Guru, sir, I heard the sound of the flower blossoming. I heard the sound of the flower blossoming. Can any one of us hear the sound of the flower blossoming? The boy would have developed acute sensitivities, which is enough to hear the sound of flower blossoming. The teacher, the Guru, is supremely happy. And he says, my dear boy, I am very happy. The Guru send words for the king, and he says, your son is fit enough to assume responsibility in future as a king, because he has developed acute sensitivity to listen to the unexpressed woes of the citizens when he becomes the king in future. What a beautiful story. Therefore, listening is very important, especially to the leader, developing acute sensitivity to listen to the unexpressed problems of his team member, of his people, is very, very important. Another trait of the leadership is empathy. How many of us are empathetic? It is placing ourselves in the position of others and relate both intellectually and emotionally to other people. It is a very, very important thing, empathy and compassion. Very, very important. They say, be kind whenever possible, and it is always possible. What a beautiful statement. Be kind whenever possible, and it is always possible. Dalai Lama says this. And one more thing, compassion, empathy and compassion is the highest form of wisdom. Highest form of wisdom. If you want others to be happy, be compassionate. Do you want you to be happy? Be compassionate. So what does it mean? When you are compassionate, you will make others happy and you are also happy. Therefore, to be compassionate is very important, and to be compassionate, to be empathetic is the natural attitude of a leader. Empathy and compassion are timeless. And attitude is very, very important. We teachers love to talk about this attitude. Very important. There's a formula, ask, A-S-K. A-S-K. A stands for attitude, S stands for skill, and K stands for knowledge. You may be highly knowledgeable. You may be highly skillful. But if you do not have attitude, the basic attitude, your skill, your knowledge are useless. Therefore, your attitude is very important. No matter what you do, attitude is very important. As a student, as an effective member of the team, as a leader, at your home, attitude is very, very important. They say attitude determines your altitude. If you have good attitude, you go places. You reach top position. It's very, very important. I recall a story. A construction will be going on. A passerby will observe the laborers there. He observed two laborers. One laborer is very disgusted, is very angry, but another laborer close by is doing his work in a happy frame of mind, is so enthusiastic to do the work. See the contrast. This man goes to the first worker, laborer, asks him, what are you doing? What is the answer? Can't you see what I'm doing? I am carrying this bloody bricks to that bloody building, constructing some building. I'm carrying these bricks. And this man goes to the second laborer, who is so pleased to do the work. There is a smile on his face. He's enjoying his work. And this man asks the second laborer, what are you doing? Sir, I am carrying this brick to the construction site where a beautiful temple is coming up. I'm very happy to be a part of the whole process of temple construction. See the difference in the attitude. Both of them are doing similar work, but while the first person is not enjoying the work, the second person is enjoying the work and is adding meaning to whatever he does, and not just that, being with good attitude. It is infectious. Other people will learn good attitude from you. They see you, they learn good attitude from you. In 1914, who doesn't know Thomas Edison? In 1914, Thomas Edison, after so many inventions, when he's so much satisfied at the age of 67, his lab is completely burnt in a fire accident. But when people say, sir, what is this? You lost everything. What is the reaction? All my mistakes are burnt. Now I can start afresh with new ideas. And subsequently, it comes out with phonography, and he lives for another 17 years thereafter to come out with many more meaningful inventions. See the attitude. And we all know it is very important for us to think big. Yeah, whatever you always think big. When you think big, you will be definitely an achiever. A person is the product of his own thoughts. Harness the power of your belief. And great passion defies destiny also. Who doesn't know Stephen Hawking, a great scientist who was wheelchair bound because of a rare disease, motor neuron disease. But what a man, he never allowed himself to be delimited, and he would always say, anything worth doing is worth doing passionately. Do it with passion. What a beautiful statement. Do it with passion. So what I mean to say is, it is very important for us to have winning attributes, good attributes. I will tell you another beautiful story. An old man loves to spend time with his grandchildren with innumerable storytelling sessions. One such storytelling session, the old man tells the children who are seated around him, in front of him, he says, there are two wolves inside me. One wolf is represented by anger, jealousy, lust, greed, despair, disappointment, hatred. The second wolf inside me is represented by love, compassion, care, sharing, loving, appreciation. Oh, one wolf represents bad attitude, another wolf represents very fine attitude. And the old man says, now there is a fight between the two wolves. And children love all this story, and they're intently they're listening to the grandfather fight. The grandfather says, yes, there is fight between the two wolves. And within every one of you, there are two wolves fighting with each other. There are two wolves, what I told, that are present within me, they're equally present within every one of you, and there is a constant fight between the two wolves. One child innocently asked the grandfather, grandfather, which wolf will win? You know what is the reply? The grandfather says, the wolf which you feed the most will win. What does it indicate? It indicates that when we have good attitude, we are close to becoming winners. So we are achievers. We become achievers when we have good attitude. That's very, very important. And it is very important for us to be very enthusiastic, very spontaneous, and we should demonstrate optimism. Very important. Optimism is very, very important. I recall Winston Churchill once says, an optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty, whereas a pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. If you're a confirmed optimist, you try to figure out opportunity in every difficulty. We talk of crisis, and every crisis brings along with it an opportunity. The only thing is that you need a good attitude to figure out the opportunity in a crisis also. This is very important. And not just that, when I talk about attitude, it's very important for us to involve in self-reflection. It's very important. For example, at the end of the day, my dear young friends, at the end of the day, you involve in self-reflection, self-evaluation, try to take stock of what happened the entire day, where you went wrong, where you did good, what are your plus points, what are your strengths, how not to repeat the mistake, if any, committed by you during the day. But this is not easy. Self-reflection is possible only by evolved people. you should be evolved to admit your own mistakes. But if you develop self-reflection, you are close to becoming a great achiever in future. Self-reflection is very, very important. And we should develop social sensitivities. What is happening around us in the society? What is happening on the road? When you travel from home to college and back from college to home, what is happening? What is happening around? Try to demonstrate sensitivity towards the society, develop sensitivity towards the planet. Today, the whole world is taken by storm by global warming, literally speaking and even figuratively speaking. The environmental issues are staring us in our eyes. So it is very important for us to develop sensitivity to do something to environment, to do something to ensure that we live in a clean, green, equitable planet, Mother Earth. What you need to do, what you need to do, you should develop good sensitivity to do your might towards ensuring a good existence, a good environment around you, to ensure you live on a green, clean, equitable planet Earth. In case your house become unlivable, you can change your house. You have a choice. But your planet becomes unlivable. You don't have a choice. Can you change the planet? Therefore, it is very important for us to develop good attitude towards our environment also. Another attribute, another trait of a leader I would like to share here is dream. Yes, all of us love to dream. But what is important is we should know how to translate our dreams into reality. Winners have this attribute, trait. Winners, leaders have. They dream and they ensure that the dream becomes a reality. There is a saying which I read in one Kannada novel. The name of the novel is Ayati. There is one beautiful line. I can walk where there is pitch darkness, but I cannot walk where there are no dreams. That only shows the importance of dreams. Dreams are very, very important for all of us. I think there is no one who doesn't dream. Is dream the same as vision? What is vision then? Vision is the ability to see things which are otherwise invisible for others. Oh, so you have a vision. Not all people can have a vision. Organizations have vision. Individuals have vision. Great organizations have very beautiful vision. For example, the most globally, let me just make a small correction. One of the most globally accepted, respected companies is Infosys, Bangalore. You're all proud of this company. You know, what is the vision statement of Infosys? When the promoters formed this company way back in 1981, they were all youngsters, but what a beautiful vision statement. The vision statement did not say anything about business profit, no. The vision statement was to be a globally respected company. Simple, highly evolved, and beautiful vision statement. And today, the company is globally respected. The company has shown to the entire world that it is possible to do business and make profit legally and ethically. So it is very important for us to have dream and vision the former president of the US, Roosevelt, says, future belongs to those who believe in the power of their dreams. You should believe in the power of your dream. And winners, as I told you, they have dreams, they know how to convert their dreams into reality. What George Bernard Shaw says, you see things as they are and ask why. I see things that never were and ask why not. Again, ability to see things which are invisible for others. It is a great attribute. We teachers, we tell the students, have a goal, have a goal. Yeah, it is very important for you to have a goal. If you don't have a goal at all, can you be achiever? No. It's very important for you to have a goal, dream, and I think great people dream. Martin Luther King, I want to tell you here, in the year 1963, in the month of August, Martin Luther King, he led a mammoth crowd of more than 2 lakh people in a civil rights movement. He gave a power-packed speech, of course, prepared speech. But at the end of the speech, he deviated from his written speech and he started articulating his dream. You know what? He says, I have a dream. The statement what he made, I have a dream, it went on and on and on into many, many paragraphs. And even today, that is being rated as one of the best speech by a leader, where he articulated his dream, he shared his dream with people. In organizations, we see people, the leaders, CEOs, sharing their dream with their team members. It's very important. We call it shared aspiration and purpose. When the leader dream, when he can dream, when he can share his dream with his team member, the outcome is really, really beautiful. And another important attribute of the leader is, to be effective. To be effective. To be effective. How many of us are effective in whatever we do? What is the yardstick? Whether we have done things effectively or efficiently. What is the yardstick? Others should tell, whether whatever you do, whether you have done in an acceptable way, in an appreciable way. Others, the outcome, it depends on the outcome. If the outcome is good, yes, you have done things, you have handled things effectively and efficiently. Peter Drucker, who authored 39 books, one classic book, which he authored in the year 1963, The Effective Executive. What he says there, efficiency is doing things right, and effectiveness is doing the right things. So it is very important for us to do things both efficiently and effectively. Another trait of a good leader is resilience, to be resilient. A leader often demonstrates agility. In case he comes across a totally adverse situation, he knows how to navigate through this adverse situation. He demonstrates resilience and endurance because he has got a responsibility to lead his team. And the leader, effective leader, always tries to navigate his team to take it to the safer shore. For example, assume that a person navigating a ship, what happens? What happens? Especially when the sea is very turbulent, very volatile, he has to navigate. He has to show his agility. And that is putting himself for very serious test. Most of us, we face crisis in our lives. But your ability to float, your ability to handle crisis and emerge as winner, very important. We have seen many people who are almost finished, but their ability to rise from ashes like the bird phoenix, that only shows their resilience and endurance. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, the ultimate measure of a man is not at times of comfort, but at times of extreme adverse situation. You put yourself to test when you can come out, when you can handle adverse situation, when you can emerge winner. That is the ultimate measure. There is a saying, when the going gets tough, it is only the tough who gets going. It's very important for us to ensure that the agility, resilience, and endurance are very important. There are many stories. Because of lack of time, I cannot share with you, but I would like to share one story. Who doesn't know Nick Vujicic? A person of Yugoslavian origin, but he's in Australia now. He's a painter, motivational speaker, swimmer, author of many books, and is running an NGO, Life Without Limbs. He is known globally. You may ask me, sir, what's special about him? I told he is a swimmer, painter, motivational speaker, author of many books, and is running an NGO. You know, he doesn't have limbs at all. When he has to stand on the dais, when he's standing on the dais, you see only the torso, no limbs at all. C is grit. C is zest for life. He was a child born with this kind of disability, a very rare syndrome called tetra-amelia. When the child was born, the parents were aghast to see such a ghastly scene. But eventually they have to accept the child, they accepted the child. And what a thoughtful medical surgical intervention. There was a small projection in one of the, there was no limb, as I told you, small projection. So there was a surgical intervention so that the child, when he should be able to hold something. And Nicholas, he becomes an achiever, and he achieves more than a person with all abilities, physical abilities. He graduates from Griffith University in accountancy and finance, and he becomes a great achiever, as I told you, a motivational speaker, an author of book, and a painter, swimmer, and whatnot. So this only shows that it is very important for the leader to have agility, and he should also have equanimity. To exercise equanimity, to be peaceful, to exercise tranquility, especially when the going gets tougher, is very important. I conclude here telling one more very nice story to you. The story is about a samurai soldier. In Japan, the tea party is very elaborate. It is not just having tea in a standing position. No, they sit, and the tea ceremony rather, is quite elaborate. And the host, who is offering tea to the guest, and he will see one unexpected guest, a soldier, a samurai soldier. He comes and sits, and the host will offer tea to him. In the process, the host will look at the imposing sword which the soldier had kept in front of him. This attracts the attention of the host, and he cannot resist the impelling desire to touch the sword. He touches the sword. And comes the reaction from the soldier who was having the sword with him. What did you do? You touched my sword. You know what is the implication? You have touched my sword. Now you have to fight with me. You have touched my sword. But the host is touching the sword for the first time in his life, let alone fighting. But the guest insists, you have to fight with me. And that is the tradition. Whoever touches my sword will have to fight with me. The host accepts, okay, fine. What is the time frame? 1 week. 1 week. I will give you 1 week time. You have to learn fighting using the sword and you have to fight with me. 1 week. So the soldier guest stays there and the host has taken the challenge. 1 day is over. And this man looks at the host face. My God, he's so cool. 1 day is over. 2 days over. 3 days. And this man is unfazed, is so peaceful, full of tranquility, is so confident. Death is staring him in his eyes. And death is impending. He cannot escape from death. But see his expression. 6th day, just 1 day left. But on the last day, the samurai soldier looks at the face of the host who had the challenge to fight. During the entire week, he did not practice fighting at all. He did not practice fighting. And now he is ready to face this soldier to fight. The soldier says, I bow my head to you in reverence. You have won. Even without touching the sword, even without fighting, you have won this fight because you used your equanimity, you used your tranquility. I have lost the fight. You have won the fight, and I am the vanquished. What a beautiful story. This only shows that leaders need to have equanimity. It's very, very important because today world is full of uncertainty, volatility, ambiguity based world. We don't know. So as leaders, we know how to handle crisis. For example, the ongoing pandemic. So we need to handle this crisis with a lot of equanimity. My dear friends, the leaders have a lot of other attributes, openness to new ideas, speed, imagination, meritocracy, and excellence in execution. All these are very, very important. And not to forget about ethics and value system. The leader may have all traits, but value system, the leader should be very ethical to be largely successful. We all want ethical leader, a leader with integrity, a leader who is capable to steadfastly commit himself to value system. Then only he is acceptable leader, then only he is successful leader. And all leaders perform because performance brings recognition, recognition brings respect, and respect brings power. My dear friends, young friends, as I told you, you are embarking on an academic journey involving a different trajectory altogether. And in this academic journey, it is very important for all of you to be leaders. And I'm sure all of you, because you have attended many sessions so far, and I'm very confident that you have developed perspective, you have developed insight, and I wish all the first PUC students who are attending this program all the very best in your academic stay, in your academic career, and all the very best. God bless you. I thank the management of VVN for inviting me to share my thoughts, to share my ideas with my young friends here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, it was very informative and knowledgeable session, sir. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude on behalf of VVN PU College, a unit of VVN Trust. Thank you very much, sir.